Hello! Today I am going to be swatching some Daniel Smith dot cards. I had a nice little trip to the local art shop the other day and they gave me this leaflet all about Daniel Smith watercolours. You can see now a huge range of colours they offer. All the information up here about light fastness, staining, granulation, transparency, series, etc. So that's quite nice to have. It says about some of their other products as well. Masking fluid, ground, which I'd quite like to try, see if I can do watercolour on canvas. Don't know what walnut ink is, but yeah, a whole heap of information in there. But I also got I got these two given to me, and I previously received this one in a Sketch and Story subscription box, which is no longer available, unfortunately. So I'm going to give all three of these a bit of a swatch. Starting with, we've got Peggy Dean, Haines and Julie Karlsson. I'm going to start with the Peggy Dean. I've got some of my Arteza Expert watercolour paper. They do have an Expert one that's cotton. This isn't 100% cotton, but it's still very nice paper for what you pay for it. And I've got a little swatch grid ready. I'll move my water over here. I can't spray these cards because I will just ruin the whole thing if I try and spray on it, so I'm going to have to activate them one at a time with the brush and give them a little swatch. Starting with Buff Titanium. Nice neutral colour. Then we've got Indian Yellow. That's a nice vibrant, almost like a Gamboge yellow. Make sure I'm cleaning the brush properly. Next one is Aussie Red Gold. Not a colour I've heard of before, so interesting to see. Oh, that's a nice vibrant orange. Then we have Pyrrole Scarlet. There's a whole load of colours here I've never tried before, so this is really fun. Oh, it's a nice very vibrant, warm red. Well, the next colour looks very pretty. We've got Wisteria, which is a pale purple. Lovely job. Then we have Quinacridone Red, which I imagine is a bit cooler than the Pyrrole Scarlet. Yeah, it is. Definitely a cooler red. Well, it's got a bit of a pink tone to it. This one's more orangey. Then we have Garnet Genuine, which I imagine is going to be a really pretty colour. Oh, definitely reminds me of garnet. It's got a bit of a brown tinge to it. It's got a bit of granulation, you can see that going on already, whereas some of these are definitely sort of smoother colours. We have Quinacridone Violet. Oh, I love this colour. It's like you can't tell whether it's got like such a bluey, a subtle blue tinge to it, but almost like there's multiple pigments going on in this one. Then we've got a Perylene Violet. Almost a sort of browny colour to it, but see this palette's going really well together. Let's see what other colours we get. Next one's Serpentine Genuine, which looks like a sort of warm yellowy green on the palette. Oh yeah. Cascade Green, looks a bit bluer. Oh yeah, that's lovely. These are quite like natural greens. Sometimes you get green like Viridian Hue, and it's a nice colour, but it's not the sort of green you'd find in nature. This one is Diopside Genuine, which is another one I've never heard of. Ooh, that's lovely. I was going to say that's almost like a sort of jade green, but the next one is actually called Jadeite Genuine, so let's see what this one's like. Oh gosh, oh that's, I have to get me a tube of that. I think that's my favourite one so far. Well, the Daniel Smith one, so the tubes aren't the cheapest, but they are very nice quality paints. When I do my sort of Skillshare classes and things, some of the favourite teachers, not t-shirts, are always using Daniel Smith paints, and I can see why. I've only got a couple myself because they're not the cheapest, as I said. Now we've got Prussian Blue. Ooh, nice rich colour there. Next one is Mayan Blue Genuine. Seems to have more of a sort of greenish tinge to it from what we can see so far. It's very subtle, can't get a lot of pigment going on that one. Got a greyish tone to it, greyish green. And we've got Burnt Umber, our favourite browns, and with Burnt Sienna. I just like all the burnt ones. Oh, too much water there. There we go. Then we've got a Van Dyke Brown, which I'm saying that just makes me think of Bob Ross, to be honest. Oh, lovely, like a sort of sepia, dark sepia brown, almost black. And finally for this palette we've got Lunar Black. Oh, it's a very deep, almost got a sort of bluey tinge to it. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Some of these ones are sort of sound like they've got semi-precious stones in, like the Garnet Genuine, the Jadeite Genuine, Serpentine. These are the Series 4 ones, so they'd be the most expensive. There's quite a few series 1 on this palette, so be a bit more reasonable. And we're going to move on to, oh, getting paint all over my thumb. So that was that one. See them together. Now I'm going to move on to the Haines palette. Maybe I should read a little bit about Peggy Dean. Has always been an artist, but also an educator at heart. In 2016, she founded the Pigeon Letters to pursue her passion of educating others by making creative knowledge more accessible. She's been featured on the Today Show for her award-winning online classes and has released several best-selling books with a focus on brush lettering and botanical line drawing. She runs an informative blog and Instagram feed for that extra step to inspire others daily. She lives and works out of Portland, OR, with her wife and 2 fur babies. And there's a website and her Skillshare and her Instagram, which is a bit obscured by my use of the paint. So we've got Haines. Oh, that's a bit more of a blurb, isn't it? Highly in demand, international watercolourist Haines is well known for her passion for working in her favourite medium, watercolour. Having lived and travelled in many countries, this popular artist has the opportunity to develop her skills creating incredible paintings whilst under the influence of masters of many countries, including Asia, the Middle East. Well, Asia was a continent, but okay. Middle East, and they are continents. Living in China was a time when studying brush control had the greatest impact on the involvement of Jean's style. Later working with artists from India and Pakistan introduced vibrant colours in her results compared to her previous more quiet watercolours created whilst living in Europe. So, yeah, there we go. Let's unwrap this one and get swatching. Oh, that's a pleasant noise. Plastic stuck to the card. There we go. I'll do this a bit quicker if I can. This one is Nickel Azo Yellow. Oh, it's another nice yellow as well. Repeat here, we've got Aussie Red Gold again. Obviously a popular orange. Quinacridone Magenta, that's a new one. Very similar to the Quinacridone Violet, just less of a blue tinge to it. Bit pinker. We've got a Phthalo Blue. Oh, that's very vibrant. Oh, one of my favourite colours, Payne's Blue Grey. So useful. I like mixing it with browns as well. You get a really, I don't know, deep, rich, neutral colour. Quinacridone Burnt Orange. I've been looking for a nice transparent orange. Maybe this. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Very nice. Let me just get that away from the edge there. It's there we go. Oh, that's intriguing. I don't know what this colour is going to be. It's called Moon Glow. Kind of a purpley grey by the looks of it. A bit of granulation, I think. And then we've got a Cascade Green again, another repeat. Followed by Green Apatite Genuine. Oh, that's a lovely. Oh, I like that a lot. Undersea green. Looks like it's quite dark on the dot card. Oh, it is. I like that. Oh, iridescent electric blue. Looks like we've got a shimmery one here. That might take a bit more activating. They usually do. It's got a nice shimmer to it. Amethyst genuine. I don't know why I think this is going to be pretty. Yep, I was right. Nice, neutrally, good words. That's a lovely purple. Then we've got Lunar Blue, which I'm expecting to be quite dark. Yeah, it's almost got a green tinge to it, that one. Quite similar to the Payne's Blue Grey, but with a sort of hint of green to it. Ultramarine turquoise. Oh, that's a beautiful colour. I've got a complete change of pace. Make sure my brush is clean. So Hansa Yellow Light, which looks like quite an opaque yellow. It's almost neon. It's very light. Clues in the name, I suppose. Then we have transparent Pyrrole Orange. That's nice. I said I've been looking for a nice transparent orange. All the ones I've got in my palettes are a bit opaque, and it's not always what I want. Oh, now we've got Opera Pink. That's one of the tubes I already have. My Daniel Smith colours consist of buff titanium, Opera Pink, and I've got a titanium grey as well, which is really lovely. Oh, there we go. The only problem is with these sort of neon colours, they don't exist in a light fast form. Completely lacking any light fastness. So you've got to be careful how you store your paintings when you use them. And now we've got Serpentine Genuine, which looks like a nice colour on the dot card. Yeah, another sort of muted yellow green. So there we go, that's those ones together. The Jean Haines palette. And finally we've got the Julie Karlsson palette. It's a little colour feeds my soul. I love playing around with paint to see what comes to life and capture a mood or an impression or some inspiration from God's amazing creation. I moved to Sweden after growing up in Seattle, Washington, USA, and met the love of my life. As our daughters grew up, I enjoyed the creative side of mothering and teaching, which grew into more and more art exhibitions, teaching, painting classes, watercolour, blogs, painting trips with my students around Sweden, Denmark, France and the States, and connections with artists and art lovers around the world. 3 years in South Africa gave me an appreciation for seeing and learning more, discovering new techniques and a curiosity for painting outside the lines. Wester's art and Daniel Smith's watercolours changed forever the way I experience painting. The challenge of developing the arts department at Folkuniversitet in Jönköping, Sweden, has given me a forum for sharing this love of creating with others. And again, you've got the website and her Instagram down there. So let's open this one up. That's not a pleasant noise, I do apologise. and we will get swatching this one. Starting off with a repeat, we've got the iridescent electric blue, the shimmery metallic one. As I said, they need a bit more, take a bit more work to activate these metallic colours, from my experience. Now we've got a cobalt blue, which is going to be another repeat. So we've got the Prussian blue, which we have down here. I think that's my favourite of these blues so far. But we have now got a blue apatite genuine. Ooh. Again, that looks a bit like the sort of Payne's blue grey, but not quite as dark. Probably because I put too much water on it. Let's add a bit more pigment. Lovely cool palette so far. Let's see what this Sodalite genuine is like. Lovely colour, but sort of like a very similar to the last one, but less of a green tinge. And then we've got the Payne's blue grey, which we had here as well. We've got SB Turquoise Genuine. I'm not sure what the SB stands for. Oh, that's lovely. It does look like when you get the gemstone turquoise, it's just that. Another repeat with Jadeite Genuine. I think that might be one of my favourite colours we've had so far. Lovely deep earthy green. Green gold. Had a similar colour to this in the Schminker brand and it was very nice. Yeah, look at that. Lovely. When you dilute it, it looks almost neon. So we've got Hansa Yellow Medium now, which should be a slightly darker version of this yellow. Nice warm yellow. This one was a bit cooler, but I think I prefer these ones. More transparent. These are a bit more opaque. And we've got MNT, which I don't know what that stands for. Amiata Neutral Sienna. Looks like a sort of gold ochre sort of colour. Quinacridone Burnt Orange, which we've got up here. Oh, just put my paintbrush in the wrong dot. Quinacridone Burnt Orange. Anthraquinoid Scarlet, which looks like another sort of warm orangey red. Yeah, it's quite similar to the Pyrrole, but not quite as orange. Anthraquinoid Red. Oh, like that. A slight pink tinge to it. It's quite a cool deep red. Quinacridone Rose. I've got too much water on my brush there. Oh, this sounds like an interesting colour. Hematite Burnt Scarlet Genuine. That's going to be a really natural. Yeah, that's lovely. We have EF Brown Iron Oxide. Don't know what the EF stands for. Oh, it's quite an opaque one as well. Very nice. And then Hematite Genuine. Oh, maybe, I don't know if I didn't pick enough pigment up there or if it's quite a pale. There we go, that's better. So there we have all the swatches. Which is your favourite palette? Let me know in the comments. Do you like the Julie Karlsson, the Jean Haines, or the Peggy Dean? I'm going to have a go at painting a few flowers with one of these, and I think the one that's best suited to that is probably the Peggy Dean palette, because it's got a few nice greens and some pinks and things. So I pushed in this. Might have to. Where can we put this? Over here. I'm just going to pause while I get another piece of paper ready. Right, here we go. I've got a piece of A6 cardi paper, 100% cotton, 320 GSM. I've taped it to a piece of card because the washi tape doesn't always like sticking to it directly because of the rough edges and the fact that it's not always completely flat. So that just helps a little bit. And I've got the Peggy Dean palette. When I received them in this subscription box, there were two stuck together, which I'm pretty sure was an accident, but I'm not going to complain about. So I've got twice as much of each colour to work with, and that's this selection of colours here. So we will... Oh, where do we start? I like this wisteria, so just work on the stuff I've used already. We'll do a little... a bit more pigment because I'm going to get a whole bunch of water on my brush now and like that. That's why I don't like taping it to the table, because I like to turn things when I'm painting. There. Then I think I will do the quinacridone violet. I'll do the same thing next to it in that colour. Really vibrant, like unique colour, this one, I think. Bleed out into the other one. Then I think we have, the quinacridone red, Pyrrole Scarlet's a bit too orange to go next to these, I think. dots. Smooth them out a bit. Add a bit more pigment. Soften the edges a bit. And then I'm going to go a bit crazy, I think, and chuck in some of this Indian yellow. Do the same thing here. I do really like this Indian yellow. The picture off the, so it's all bleeding together. That's fine, I like that effect. Soften the edges again. Might get a bit of this Aussie red, yeah, Aussie red gold, and just add a bit of, and then I'm gonna need some blue. I think I might actually just mix some of this Perylene violet and the Prussian blue. I'll do sort of lavendery. And I need another flower down here because there's a big space. I think we'll just go full on Prussian blue. Maybe do another one of these sort of, let's do something with big petals. Oh, way too deep. I want that a bit paler. Just I'll use some of this use some more of the quinacridone violet in the middle, I think. And then I'm going to start adding, I think we'll have some more orange. Some little dotty flowers, but we need to soften that up. And then add some leaves. I'm going to use the Serpentine Genuine down here next to the yellow. I think that'll. some of this jadeite genuine with the lavender. The diopside genuine, I think, with these purples. No, down here with red. And I'll use the Cascade green with the purples. I think that would look nice. Soften this up, that looks a bit harsh there in the middle. I'm just going to add some of this brown, Van Dyke brown up. I'll give it a variation to some of these leaves, and I'll drop a bit in there. Maybe we use the burnt umber to give that a bit. Oh, we've got the garnet genuine as well. Actually, that might look nice in here. There we go. I'm just going to pause and let that dry. There we go. That's all dry. I'll take that off the card and remove this washi tape, hopefully without ripping the paper. And just because I think it's quite pretty, I'm going to throw things on the floor. Got one of these blank cards and I'm just going to stick it on with my stained Pritt stick. Blank greeting card, could be for birthday or thank you. This rubbish out the way. So we've got all the dot cards here. Got the little picture that I did with the Peggy Dean palette, and here's all the swatches. Sorry it's been a bit of a long video, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. Had a look at a lot of things, and I've had fun swatching these lovely paints. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.